He's gonna put that there. Hey, Clint, just remember the red always goes to the inside.
I know.
Okay, so you can't ground it out on the body if there's a wreck, okay? Okay, they're squared away. We'll let them get their thing done. I'm not gonna interfere. They will figure it out. Welcome to A Simple Life. Today, we are up at Herman's. The bees are starting to get active today. So it's been a few days since we cut these, and Herman's not happy with me. I explained what I was gonna do, but he didn't understand, and he's really upset about it. Sorry. Not to you, to him, because he sold me this place with the idea that I would take care of it the way he'd taken care of it. And unfortunately, in cases like this, with these apple trees, he doesn't see where I'm going with it. For him, he just sees that I cut down the apple trees in a way that he wouldn't have done it. I wish he could see the property in 10 years from now. Maybe he'll still be around. Because in 10 years from now, it's not gonna look anything like it looks today. It'll be absolutely beautiful. But, like my wife reminded me last night, if we hadn't gone through the trials we'd gone through as a young couple, we wouldn't be here today. And so, part of getting this property where I want it to be, is I have to do some harsh cutting. It's just part of it, and I feel, I was telling Christine, it really breaks my heart that he was so upset about it. Somehow there was a miscommunication. I've been talking about this for about a month, explaining what I was gonna do, and he just, I guess, couldn't visualize what I was talking about, but he acted like he understood. And so he's been very upset the last 2 days. And I'm, this is not something I'm proud of, to be honest. It's kind of makes me ashamed. I didn't do a good enough job communicating to him what I was going to do. I mean, to the point where he just said, just get the excavator and rip them all out. And I'm like, no, we don't need to do that. But he can't see past what I did to see where I'm gonna go with it. I know this isn't conventional, but there was nothing conventional about what was here. And it was either rip it all out and start over, or use what was here and graft over some of it, and some of the varieties that we really liked that did really good, we continue to use. And we won't have fruit for a couple years. But that's just part of the process. It's part of rehabilitating this place and really getting it back up and functioning so we can enjoy it for years to come, not just for next year or the year after, but for the next 20 or 30 years. Anyways, I got that off my chest. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be drama. It's just, it broke my heart because I really didn't, I wasn't trying to upset him. I thought I explained enough times what I was gonna do, and I guess it just I didn't communicate it good enough. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna go and start getting some scions cut, and I'll show you when I'm done. Okay, so I have 2 sets of scions here. So I have the Glocken and the Gravenstein. So I have plenty of cuttings for going forward to graft over whatever rootstock I want to replace. You did it right?
Yes.
Good job. I think the cover is supposed to go on top of the bar.
Just like I said.
I think this is supposed to go over here, but it's okay. You can adjust it if you want, or you can leave it as is. It's fine like that.
Adjust it.
Then you just have to put this on top. The Shiro plums down here, which I am going to graft over at some point. I haven't decided when, or well, it'll probably be next year. It won't be this year. They're right here, and you can see they are starting to grow in all different ways and angles, and not in exactly ways I want. Okay, so I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna do a little pruning to these. I'm not gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna take anything that's real tall. I'm gonna take any of the tall stuff out. I'm gonna tighten them up. I'm gonna get rid of some excess branches, and that's gonna be it.
these limbs so they don't start breaking off, and I still have a healthy structure for the future. So I wasn't going to prune this back as much, but those branches over there are crossed up. I'll show you what I mean. And because of that, I don't think these trees have really ever been pruned, to be very honest. I don't think they've been pruned. I'm not seeing any real marks of other than when I've gotten in here. So this branch right here is what I'm going to take out. It's not really doing anything. It's just sitting on top of this one. It's going to cause a weakness in this branch by rubbing on it. So we'll take it out. There we go. All right. So we'll now work on this tree. This tree I've already taken off one branch over here the other day, and I'm not sure what the logic from that was. Oh no, it's dead. That's why. See, it's dead. So there was a little bit of life. There was a little bit of life up here, but it was a dead branch, and I took it off because of that. And the main reason why I'm going to graft over them in the future is I just don't like the variety. To me, the variety is kind of, they're fine for juicing if you want plum juice, and the fruit doesn't keep very long, so I'm not a fan of that. So it's kind of multiple things on my side. Once again, I know this is not how these trees should look, but it's kind of what I have. I'd like to keep the roots and the overall tree as healthy as possible, and the best way for me to do that is to keep it pruned back, so that way I'm not losing it because it's getting weighted down by fruit and snapping off branches, or getting overloaded by a snow load, which we've lost a lot of trees in the last couple of years to snow and ice loads. And so that's one of those things that I like to avoid going through in the future, especially with trees that I plan on grafting over. All right, this one, I'm not even sure if this one's still alive. I'm not sure if it's alive. This is definitely dead. All right, and this looks dead. You can cut it back. If it has life in it, we'll have some sucker growth coming up this summer. And if that's the case, then hopefully we can restart this tree. If not, then I lose it. It definitely has a little moisture in it, but it didn't have much in the way of vibrancy. All right, let's get to this guy. All right, we're gonna cut everything out of the center, because the center is where you want airflow to happen, not fruit to grow. I'm gonna take this off right here. Watch out, Clint, it's gonna come down right on your head, buddy.
Tree loses, dad wins.
I'm gonna have to tackle these other ones another day, but we got 3 of them done right now. Right here, we got these 3, well, the fourth, I guess 4, but that didn't really count. I just cut the top of it off. So we got these 4 done. I have a total of 13, maybe 14 of these Shiro plums in here. And so what we'll do is we'll come in and I'll prune them out. I'll prune them all back. And then in the future, I'll come in and we will graft over them.
I did the filming of this at the end of February. So we are prepping and getting ready for our garden. This is the final tilling I'm going to be doing of this garden. I finally kind of figured out some of what I'm going to be doing in here. This garden is basically going to be a salad garden. And what do I mean by a salad garden? It's going to have everything you need to make a yummy salad. That's the idea. I'm also going to be growing a bunch of potatoes. That's going to be a separate video. I'm going to talk about how I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to do it a way that I did it by accident one year. One year, I took my compost and I put it in a specific place, and I came back and there was a potato garden there, and I was blown away. So we're going to replicate that this year. Once I was done doing our garden, I'm going to go down and I'm going to do something for Herman. He had asked me, hey, when the weather gets dry, can you come down and till my garden? Because he had spread some organic fertilizer around, and he wanted it tilled in. So I'm going down right now, and I'm going to till up his garden. His garden can be a little bit harder to till up because it was tilled up in the fall. And when Herman tilled it up in the fall, he used the Yanmar. The problem with the Yanmar is if you don't set it up correctly, it will dig in really deep and kind of compress the whole entire tractor, like compress the suspension a little and make it really ruddy. So it took a little extra work to do that. Then I'm going to go do the other greenhouse. And the other greenhouse was way easier because the last thing that was in there were pigs. I know, you would think pigs would have made a super big mess out of it, but they didn't. They actually made it really easy to till it all up.
So along with prepping the greenhouse at the top, I am prepping this one. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in here, but I wanted to till it. I don't want the grasses going crazy. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do in here. I do know in the future what I'm going to use this for. I'm going to use this for doing all my starts and any trees and stuff like that I'm going to start. This is actually going to be used as a permanent like greenhouse. I'll have tables in here and that kind of stuff. We got it all tilled. I need to bring the rake down from the greenhouse and rake it and level it out because there's some bumps in it, but we got the whole thing taken care of all the way back. Once again, I do need to bring a rake in here and level this out.
Hey Dad, I'm going to play the Hopi squash.
Yeah, you're gonna put a Hopi squash in there. All right, that works. That works. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start prepping this pipe. We're gonna start gluing it together so we can put the dirt back in because we're still in winter here. And if I leave this dirt uncovered much longer, I may end up making a new stream right here. So to avoid doing that, we're going to start gluing this pipe together. I don't have the end set up exactly how I want yet because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but I have the material that I need to get everything prepped so I can have my pipe in, have it run basically wild or like at the end, so that way when I do figure out exactly how I'm going to set everything up, I'll have everything in place to do that. So I'm just gonna quickly sand the ends of these, especially since some of this pipe's been sitting for a little bit. Okay, this is a temporary solution, not a permanent solution. So because this is a temporary solution and not a permanent solution, I'm not super worried about it.
That's a nice color.
It is. We got the pipe in. I did realize as I finished it and put this last bit in that this is gonna hit. We're gonna have an issue here, so I'll probably trim off a little bit of this roller so I can set this all up because we need to have a pipe here that goes across. It probably won't be 2 inch that we go across with because we need filtration for all the water. All the water needs to be filtered probably 2 or 3 times, and I'll show you the filtration system I'm going to use. I've used it in the past. It's excellent. It's out of Israel, and it's just really good. That will keep us from clogging up any of our drip irrigation lines. So we have it all glued. Everything will set for a little bit before we put any water in it. Probably won't have water in it for another month or so. The boys helped me, but why don't you hop out of the way, boys, so I can show them the line. All right, so the line goes down and we go a bend here. It goes all the way down. It's got a little bit of meandering going on. And then we go to the tank. Now I haven't done any of the plumbing down there for the tank, but it's what we got. So we got a nice long line over there and 2 stooges here and the father of the 2 stooges here. Thank you so much for joining us today on A Simple Life. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.